Hello Year 1, it's Monday and this is your maths lesson if you have the Year 2 maths workbook, okay? And like with the Year 2 comprehension book, if you have this booklet, you are going to be watching me all week this week, and you are going to be looking out for the video that says Year 1, but then it will say Year 2 maths or Year 1, Year 2 comprehension, okay? So keep an eye on the videos, but if you've got this book and you're looking at me, you're in the right place. So to start us off then today, you will need your whiteboard and your pen. If you haven't got it, pause the video now, go and grab them, and then come back when you are ready. So we are going to warm our brains up by seeing if you can spot my mistake. So have a look here. We're going to do the one above the blue line first. We're going to do this one here. And on your board, I want you to write it down and see if you can spot my mistake. Okay? So very, very quickly, you should be able to spot this really easily. Pause that video if you need to. Brilliant. So shout the answer. What has Miss James done wrong? Can you see it? Well done. Let's count together. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. You are right. I've missed number 12. So I'm going to put it in here. You do a little arrow. Number 12. Now let's count again. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20. Brilliant job. Now let's do the next one. So write it on your boards. See what my mistake is. Can you find it? This time we're counting in. What can you notice? It is our 5s. Well done. So where is my mistake? Have a good go. Super. Are we ready? Let's count up in 5s then and see where I've gone wrong. 5, 10, 15. What should come next? 20. Brilliant job. Okay, let's put 20 in here and then we'll count them again. Are we ready? 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. Well done. Warming our brains up. Once you've done that, you could always challenge your adult and write them a number sequence and miss a number out and see if they can spot your mistake, just to make sure we're really, really warmed up for our day, okay? So, today then, in our maths books, we are going to have a look at division. Now, your booklet starts with division today, but we are not going to use your booklet because we haven't done division before. So I want us to have a lesson today where we're using lots of practical objects from home and our whiteboards and our pens, working and solving our problems together before we move on to any workbook work in the rest of the week, okay? So I would like you to go and get, before we begin, some objects in your home that you can count. Now you will need quite a lot of objects. I think probably about 30 or 40 objects, okay? So my advice would be maybe pasta, okay? Pasta's a great one if you've got the tubes or if you've got a tub of celebrations that are left over from Christmas, something like that. You might have some counters at home or cars or anything like that that you can use, but you'll need about 40 objects. Now that seems like a really big number, doesn't it? So pause the video and you need to go and get some objects, and you will need your whiteboard and pen. If you have got paper and a pencil as well, that's always good to have too. So I'm going to give you a second so you can go and get those because you will need them for the rest of this lesson. Super. Okay then. So let's look at our learning question for today. Can I begin to solve division problems? Now this word here, division, looks a little bit scary, doesn't it? But I'm going to show you today how it's really, really simple actually once you know how. So division means when we share into equal groups. Now, there is still some vocabulary which we might not know in this sentence here. So I've helped us a little bit more. So I want to know what sharing means. And sharing means to give out. Okay, and we do that, don't we, when we have our birthdays at school? We give out sweeties to celebrate, okay? And that's called sharing. And then it says into equal groups. This word here as well, equal. That's some vocabulary that I want to know a little bit more about. And equal means the same, okay? So we need to give out objects and put them into groups that are the same. So all that share into equal groups means is that we're going to give out objects and we're going to put them into groups that are always the same. Okay? Thumbs up if you got that. Excellent. So I've got here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 sweets. Okay? And I want us to now share them, so give them out into 2 equal groups. So 2 groups that are the same. Now you might be able to do this by just looking at the board, okay? Because we're only sharing by 2. But I would like you to get those objects now at home, get 8 and share them into 2 equal groups. And I'm going to do it with you, okay? So I'm going to have a group over here and a group over here. So 1 for this side, 2 for this side. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay, so I have 1 group, 2 groups. And how many have I got in each group? Let's count them. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I've got 4 in this group. And 1, 2, 3, 4 in this group. So are they the same? Are they equal? Yes. So this now can be written down as a division sum. Wow, that sounds very tricky. But watch me and I'll show you how. So we started with 8. And then we divided because we shared equally, and this is our division symbol. So it's like a subtract and it's got a dot at the top and a dot at the bottom. We divided them into 1, 2 equal groups. And how many did we have in our equal groups? 4. Well done. So our number sentence says 8 divided by 2 equals 4. So now you can pause the video and have a go at that on your own independently. So get 8 objects, split them into 2 groups, use your whiteboard to help you, and have a go at writing the number sum with the division sign, okay? And then we will move on. Brilliant. So now on my board I've got 2 more examples that we are going to work out together. So let's read the first division sum together. 10 divided by 2 equals. So I know I need to start with 10 objects, and you can get 10 objects now at home, okay? Get them into one big pile. And then we're going to share equally between 2 groups. So you at home are going to do it with me. I'm going to draw counters, you're going to share yours out practically, okay? Are we ready? So have 1 group and 2 groups, okay? And I know that I need to share 10. So I'm going to count to 10, putting them evenly in each group. Are we ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay? So I've used 10 and I've made sure that each time I've put them in the different group. So I know now that I've used all of my 10. So I've done this part. I've put them into 2 groups, so I've done that part. Now I need to find my answer, and what do I need to do? Count them. Good job. So let's have a look how many I've got in group number 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's have a look how many I've got in group number 2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I've got 5 in each group. Are they equal? Are they the same? Yes, good job. So 10 shared by or divided by 2 equals 5. And I'm going to show you now how you could check that with your learning, okay? So I know that if I had 10 and I share it equally by 2, it equals 5. But I could reverse that and use my multiplication to check. Because if I change my equal sign for a multiplication sign, I know that 2 lots of 5 must equal 10. And that's why multiplication and division often come hand in hand, because they mean the opposite of each other. Okay? You also know now that it is a multiple of 5. So to find that answer, how many 5s do you count in until you get to 10? Let's do it together. 5, 10, 2. So I know that 10 divided by 2 is 5. Okay? I also know that if I counted in 2s and I use my 2 times table, I would count 5 times to get to 10. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. So 5 lots of 2 equals 10. So you could also use your times tables to help you and to check your learning. So I would like you on your whiteboard now to have a go using your objects practically and writing down the method, okay? So you could either draw them like mine, but I would like you to answer your sum. And the same with this one, okay? So that's your first activity. So you're going to pause the board so you can have a go before we move on, okay? So we're building up and practicing our skills, okay? So I'm going to leave that there just so you can copy it, and then we can move on together. Brilliant. So on this board we've got 2 more. So now we should be ready and raring to go with our grouping evenly. So this time our sum says 10 divided by 5. So I'm going to start with 10 objects again, but this time how many groups do I need? 5. Well done. So let's do this one together. 10 divided by 5. So I need 5 groups. So let's write them here. Okay, let's count to 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So I've used all of my 10 counters or your objects at home, and I've shared them into 5 groups. Now I can see that each group is equal because I can see that each group has got the same. So I've got 1 group, 2 group, 3 groups, 4 groups, and 5 groups. How many are in each group? 2. So 10 shared by 5 equals 2. And remember, if I reverse that and I did 2 times 5, so 2 groups of 5 would equal 10. So I know by reversing it I could check my learning, okay? You've got 1 more again here to do using this grouping method. So have a go, pause the video, and then again come back, and you will notice that this time we are working in our 5 times tables. So a little trick: how many times am I counting in 5 to reach 30? Let's do that together. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So I've counted 6 times in 5s to get to 30. So I'm going to put this answer here. And I want you now to use your objects at home and check our maths to see if we are correct. Okay? So, like I say, pause the board, we're building up, we're using lots of that vocabulary for grouping and sharing and equally making sure that we are understanding these concepts first, okay? And then once you've done that, we're going to have a look at the final activity I want you to try for the day. In my golden star, I've got a number. It's a number 24. Now I want you at home to get 24 objects. Very tricky. Okay? And I want you to do a little bit of a test today. And I want you to see how many different ways you can share, so you can divide 24 equally. So we'll start with 2. So 24 divided by 2 equals. So I know I need 2 groups. 1, 2. Okay, and we're going to count to 24. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. Wow, what a lot of counters. Now, remember, what do we do next? So I've shared them into 2 groups, and now I need to find my answer. So I need to count how many are in each group. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So it's 12 in group number 1. And I can see that I've got exactly the same amount in number 2. And I'm just going to double check. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So I know that 24 divided by 2 equals 12. But I also know that 24 can be divided in other ways, in other numbers. So I want you to get 24 objects at home and see how many different ways you can group equally that number to make different number sentences. For example, I know that 24 can be divided by 4 groups. Can you work that out for me and tell me the answer? Can you see if you can divide 24 by 6 groups? Will it be equal? Will you all have the same? I want you to work those out for me, getting your adult to take lots of pictures so I can see you grouping practically, okay? I want to see you working it out and solving the problems practically. Once you've then done that, you have got 4 golden challenge stars today with 4 different numbers in. Can you do the same as we've just done on the last slide for all of those 4 numbers? It's a lot of practical work today if you've got the Year 2 booklet, but this is the best way to help you understand division from the beginning. So lots and lots of really hard thinking, but I know that I'm going to get lots of whiteboards full of numbers and division sentences, okay? So have a real good go, and I can't wait to see your really hard work today. Bye!